Hi, I'm Lauren, and today I'm going to discuss using and cleaning slicers. The slicer is one of the most dangerous pieces of equipment in use in our operations. It is vital that all safety procedures are followed when dealing with the slicer. We will start with how to properly operate the slicer. To use the slicer, first check the product table, blade cover, product deflector, and sharpener to make sure that the slicer is properly assembled. Make sure the slicer is plugged in its manual position before turning it on. Adjust the gauge knob to desired thickness. This can be readjusted once the slicer is running. Load the product to be sliced onto the product table. Place the table in the home position by pulling it towards you until it stops. Place the product weight in position to hold the product. Long items such as salami may need to be cut to fit. Turn the power to the slicer on. Push the start button and the blade will begin to turn. Move the table back and forth a couple of times using the handle to make some sample cuts and check the thickness. It is important that the table is moved only using the handle. Never use the product to move the table. Also, when cutting, allow the product to fall onto the receiving area and never use your hand to catch the product. You may wish to place a piece of parchment paper in the receiving area to help retrieve the sliced product. Adjust the thickness as necessary and continue cutting your product. You will need to remove the sliced product from the receiving area often so that it does not pile up on the blade. You may wish to slide the lever to automatic and let the slicer do the work, but you will need to watch the slicer to make sure it is cutting correctly. As soon as you have finished slicing a product, turn the slicer off. You will need to clean and sanitize the slicer before starting another product. To clean the slicer, you should first gather the necessary tools. You will need a bucket of hot soapy water, a bucket of clean rinse water, and a bucket of sanitizer solution. You also need some towels, latex gloves, and a cut-resistant glove. To begin, unplug the slicer from the power outlet. Set the gauge knob to the fully closed position by turning it clockwise until it stops. Remove the blade cover by unscrewing the retaining nut and sliding the cover up and off its locating pins. Remove the product table by unscrewing its retaining nut and lifting it off. The blade cover and table can be washed in a sink or dishwashing machine. Put on the cut-resistant glove and then cover it with the latex glove. Dip a towel or sponge into your soap solution and wring it partially. It should be wet but not dripping. Thoroughly wash all parts of the machine with a soapy towel, removing any food particles. Rinse the machine thoroughly with clean rinse water. Sanitize the machine using sanitizer solution and allow it to air dry. Reassemble the machine, leaving it unplugged and ready for next use. If you have any questions, feel free to ask a supervisor. Thanks for watching.